Will Trump really set Diddy free? Reports say he might, and the decision could come as soon as this week, sparking a storm across both political and entertainment circles.
I have a lot of people who have asked me for pardons. I call him Puff Daddy has asked me for a pardon.
As you probably know, Sean P. Diddy Combs was sentenced to 50 months in prison on serious exploitation-related charges. The news already caused a stir, but Trump's rumored involvement turned it into a full-blown spectacle. Some call it compassion, others privilege, yet everyone's talking about the possibility of a presidential favor. But why would Trump do this? Well, his history with Diddy stretches back decades, long before politics, before prison headlines, and even before reality TV fame. Let's rewind to the late 90s, when Diddy and Trump were fixtures of New York's high society scene. Back in 1997, they were spotted watching the US Open together, sitting in the same suite, no less. Trump was there with his then-wife Ivana, while Diddy attended with Kim Porter, his longtime girlfriend at the time. That same month, the two were seen shoulder to shoulder at the grand opening of Diddy's restaurant, Justin's, alongside music legend Clive Davis. So basically, they ran in the same New York elite circles.
We have very wealthy people.
By the early 2000s, their paths kept crossing at exclusive parties and charity galas. Trump even showed up to Diddy's 29th birthday bash. It was the era when Puff Daddy ruled the charts and Trump ruled Manhattan's skyline, and they clearly respected each other's hustle. Trump called him the legendary Puff Daddy, while Diddy described Trump as a friend who works really hard.
I think success brings great enjoyment, and certainly it has for me.
Then came 2004, and their worlds collided on television. Diddy appeared as a guest on The Apprentice, helping Trump judge contestants' business skills. Two showmen, two empires, one stage. At the time, it looked like mutual admiration and ambition were the foundation of their friendship. Fast forward to 2012. Diddy's name came up again on Celebrity Apprentice when contestant Aubrey O'Day, who used to work with him, mentioned her experience.
Working for Diddy for 6 years trained me to have to be perfect.
Working for Diddy?
Absolutely.
I love Diddy. You know, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy.
He expects...
Is he a good guy?
I don't want to answer that
Oh,
question.
wow. I
don't
think
know.
he's a good guy. I'm going to stick up for him.
O'Day's hesitant reply now seems almost like a hint of what was to come years later. By 2016, things had started to shift. During an interview with the New York Post, Diddy called Trump a friend, and even admitted he liked his style, joking that he still wore a tie Trump had given him. But when asked if he'd vote for him, Diddy kept his cards close. Still, the tone was friendly, not yet political. 2 years later, in 2018, he reflected on their relationship during an appearance on The Late Late Show with James Corden. Diddy said Trump had even attended his 30th birthday, and added that he wasn't against talking with him again for the greater good.
I'd give anything to see Donald Trump dancing at one of your parties.
Yeah.
Did he get involved? Did he mix it up on the dance floor?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he did.
No. Really?
You could tell there was still some openness, even if the friendship wasn't what it once was. But by 2020, that door slammed shut. In an interview with Charlemagne the God, Diddy made it crystal clear that he wanted Trump nowhere near the White House.
If this man is elected, we're not standing by no more getting killed. We're not scared of anybody standing up and standing by. We're on the verge of a race war.
He didn't hold back, calling Trump's mindset dangerous and throwing his support behind Joe Biden instead.
We don't have no choice, you know what I'm saying? You can say what you want about Biden. I can't say I love the pick either, but hey, we got to get him in office, and then we got to hold him accountable.
That was the moment Diddy's friendship with Trump came to a full stop. And now, years later, their names are back in the same headline, but under very different circumstances. In 2024, Diddy was facing a string of serious allegations and a conviction that's landed him behind bars. Trump, on the other hand, has been quick to distance himself, claiming he had nothing to do with Diddy's troubles. Gone are the days of warm words and photo ops. Still, with Trump reportedly considering clemency, many are wondering if it's loyalty, politics, or strategy driving the decision. And let's be real, We didn't have Trump considers pardoning Diddy on our 2025 bingo card, but here we are. At a recent press conference with none other than Elon Musk, who may or may not still be Trump's buddy, Trump was asked directly whether he'd consider pardoning Diddy. And instead of giving a hard no, Trump said something interesting.
I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I'd look at what's happening.
And then came the classic Trump line. He hadn't followed the details, but what he had heard sounded nasty. That's one way to put it. And it's not just headlines and rumors. People close to Diddy have testified under oath. His ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, described moments of abuse. Former assistants also painted a dark picture, accusations of threats, drug use, and seriously disturbing behavior. Now, here's where it gets even murkier. Trump also brought up his old relationship with Diddy.
I haven't seen him, I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, that relationship busted up.
Uh-huh. Sounds like there's some history there. Trump even added, "You become a much different person when you run for politics, and you do what's right." Is that code for I won't do it, or just Trump being Trump?
Working for Diddy.
Absolutely.
I love Diddy. You know, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy.
He expects.
Is he a good guy?
I don't want to answer that
Oh,
question.
wow,
I
I
don't
think
know.
he's a good guy. I'm going to stick up for him.
He went on to say that pardoning Diddy might not be the right move for the country. But then he admitted that Diddy and others would be happy if he did go through with it.
If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me.
So it's all still in the air. Trump said he'd have to look into it, but that was enough to get social media buzzing. One person posted, "Wow, if he does, that would be a disgrace." And that wasn't coming from a Trump hater. Some of his own supporters are side-eyeing this one hard. To be fair, Trump has done this kind of thing before. Remember when he pardoned reality TV couple Todd and Julie Kreisley, who were convicted of fraud?
I want to thank President Trump. I want to thank the administration.
That didn't exactly go over quietly. So if he goes ahead with a Diddy pardon, expect fireworks. And guess who else had thoughts? 50 Cent. Yep, he jumped into the mix too.
Surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is.
He posted on Instagram that he's planning to reach out to Trump about Diddy. In the caption, he reminded people that Diddy had said some pretty harsh stuff about Trump in the past. And Trump, as we all know, doesn't exactly let that kind of thing slide. In a follow-up post, 50 suggested Diddy's past remarks might come back to bite him. He even shared an article accusing him of nuking Diddy's chances at a pardon,